So how many visitors do you know on your website?
Last month I would say about 1,100.
1,100. Excellent, excellent. So 30 or 40 a day. Right, okay. And you raised your hand?
Yeah, I have about 600.
600, okay. All right, so you get 1,100 or 600 people visiting your website. How many inquiries come from that 1,100? 2 or 3. Okay, so we're talking about not even a tenth of 2. Yeah, 0.01 or 2 or something like that. And for you? Similar. Okay. All right. So visitors come, they leave without a trace. Now, I mean, there's a trace in terms of the analytics. You can see how many were there. But what do you want them to do? Well, ideally, you'd like them to call you. Hey, I saw your website. It's great. I want to talk to you. But the next best thing is that they get caught on your hook, saying, yeah, that report looks pretty interesting. I'd like to get that report. Here's my email address. So when you do that as a starting point, you're going to have a trace. In fact, you're going to have the ability to stay in touch with them. So I'm going to come back to this slide because I'm going to be showing you these things, and then I'll come back, and this is sort of a summary of mistakes, and I'll have a summary of the things that you can implement. So I'll just leave these here, and I'll switch over to the web stuff. So let me just bring up the page here that the common mistakes. So I'll just run through this very quickly because we have talked about it, most of these things, but it'll be a good summary. So you need to think about who it's for. Is it for you or is it for your potential visitor? What are they interested? You want to have it not just about yourself or your work, but to help them. Having just pictures and little text in general is bad for search engine optimization or search engine traffic. And not having fresh content, so you haven't put anything up for a year. Now, how many of you have put something up, or how many of you have not put something up on your website in the past 12 months? All right. Well, I think probably if you really thought about it, it might be more like half of you. So, no lead capture. How many of you actually have a lead capture form on your website? Okay. Good. No personality. We're talking about people buying from people. No social proof. The testimonials that I was showing you, and reviews and things like that. How many of you have reviews on your site? Okay, 30, 40% of you. All right, it's called social proof in marketing terms. It's basically proof that there are people who think you're good. And we all look at the ranking. If you go to Amazon or something like that, you're going to look at the reviews. You're going to see, is this thing rank well? Things that don't fit up on a mobile phone will not perform as well. I've been very surprised. Our lead generation to you as architects is getting more and more mobile based. We on Facebook, where we've been finding, surprisingly more and more architects actually use Facebook, because 2 years ago I would say that it was a lot less. Or 2/3 of our leads are coming in from mobile devices, which is saying that people are spending a lot of time on their phone browsing around, and maybe have a little more spare time, like, oh, okay, I'll look at this. All right, so having something that has some navigation or some something that visual interest can be helpful. So here's some of the tips that you can at least take away. By the way, there's in the last page of your handout pack are these things to avoid and the easy to implement ideas, so you can at least have a review of this. What would people type into Google to search for your firm? Try to get clearer on that and put in some of those words on your site. Build content on your site around that so that the search engines recognize that you are doing like small lot subdivision or tenant improvement, or use those words. Press releases can be very good to build links to your site. Having the opt-in form is important, and having fresh content and follow up with the email can be good.